let's talk about the difference between compound and isolation movements. Compound exercises or movements are exercises that engage multiple muscle groups and joints, not just one. So for instance, doing a chin-up engages most of the muscles of the back, the rear delts, and the biceps and even the chest a bit. So that is a compound movement. Doing squats engages all of the muscles of the legs and even a little bit of the lower back as well. These are examples of compound exercises. Now, isolation exercises are exercises that only engage one single muscle or joint. So for instance, doing a bicep curl only works the bicep, as only this joint is moving. Doing a chest fly only works the chest, all right, and only the shoulder joint is moving. So besides the number of muscles and joints that are moving, what is the difference between these two exercises? Well, compound exercises are generally superior to isolation exercises because they engage and work more muscle groups together as they were naturally meant to be. All right, if you think about it, single joint and muscle movements are just simply not as common and natural. You won't often find yourself needing to move in that kind of way. Like, how often do we need to do this, right? When you're giving someone a hug, maybe, right? But you don't need to give them a hug using so much weight that you're going to just like crush them with a big bear hug, okay? Your body's parts are meant to work together. So compound exercises move your body parts in ways they were meant to by working together, all right? Also, compound exercises give you the ability to do more work in one exercise, all right, by using more body parts together, but also you're able to use more weight because of that, okay? And you're just killing multiple birds with one stone, okay? Also, though, interestingly enough, compound movements create more anabolic hormones and processes in the body, all right? They have even been proven to boost testosterone. Okay, so they are really, really important for anabolism and thus hypertrophy. All right. However, isolation exercises are not things that should be completely neglected. While they may not be as effective of a use of your time in training, I mean, think about it. If you're having to work one muscle at a time, they're not very time efficient. Okay, I mean, compare doing a squat, which trains all of the leg muscles, plus glutes and low back. Compare that with doing every single leg muscle separately. Right? Squats are obviously more time efficient. However, that doesn't mean that isolation movements have no place in your routine and should be completely neglected. Though they may be marginalized in your routine in favor of compound exercises, you still need to do some isolation exercises. And this is because of a couple of reasons. One would be variety. If you're only working your chest through different types of pushing movements, well, you get to a point where you need to introduce some novelty, and the only novelty you can introduce after a while will be doing flies, right? So they're good for accessory work, but also what's very important is that in your compound movements, the muscles are not all getting worked out equally. So in a chest press, even though your triceps are getting worked out, your chest is getting worked out more. That's why it's called a chest press, right? So you're not going to build great triceps by just having them be involved in your pushing movements. You need to isolate the triceps in some accessory work done with isolation exercises. That's the only way you're going to ensure that your triceps are being developed at the same rate as your chest. And with compound exercises, you want to go heavy because there's multiple muscles and joints involved, whereas with isolation exercises, you want to go light. So how you want to program this is that you should be doing all of your heavy compound movements first in your workout, and then at the end of your workout, that's when you throw in some isolation accessory work on whatever muscles need a little bit of a boost to get up there with the rest of them. And you want to do this using lighter weights.